Welcome to another thrilling episode of the Inalienable Right, guys. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they're endowed with certain inalienable rights by,
The thing.
the thing. I remember a movie called The Goal of Sierra Padre with Humphrey Bogart. And they was called and captured up in the hills by some some Mexicans that were calling themselves federales. They was intended to rob them. And Humphrey Bogart was in the hills with shooting and firing on them. And they said, "Why are you shooting at us? We uh we fellow rallies." And Humphrey Bogart said, "Well then show me your badge." And the guy said, "Badges? Badges? We don't need no stinking badges." Well, we got our first badge today. Our stinking badge today, if you will. But Mark had called me and informed me about it, so I'm gonna hand the mantle over to him and let him explain some things.
YouTube got us. We got our first warning. You know, we did a video uh, talking about the second impeachment that happened, uh, President Trump's second impeachment. And, apparently in there we use this word. It starts with F. It's an F word. It starts with FR, like freedom, and it's rhymes with odd. Apparently you can't use that word. Now you can get on here and you can George Carlin had the 7 words you can't say on TV. Well, now you can get on here on YouTube and you can hear pretty much every one of those every day. But you can't talk about certain things that happened around the first part of November uh, that seemed a little fishy. And it's funny because we know that regardless of what happened after that, uh, that stuff happens every 4 years. Well, actually, every 2 years. Uh, in some cases, in places in between. Uh, and we know that Stacey Abrams, Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, they've all made claims of that freedom odd word, and how those things happen, and we know that it happens. I mean, it's just, come on, it's but yeah. So our video got pulled down, and that's what they told us. It was basically false information, spam, false information, false claims. So we take it as a badge of honor. I'll post that video on another platform. It's something else. We've been talking about it for a while, and I started doing some on BitChute. Uh, so I started uploading all of our stuff on Rumble. I know CPAC. That's another one thing we probably want to talk about is CPAC. But uh, one of the guys on there was the CEO of CloudHub, and so I'm gonna check it out, see what it's about, and we may put videos there. So we've been talking about kind of diversifying the platform. It just I know we don't. We're pretty laid back and not very technologically astute, but there's a lot of guys out there that ones that we listen to and watch all the time that they're doing that same thing, putting stuff out on these different platforms and stuff, and so we're going to do the same thing. So, but we take that, like I said, as a badge of honor.
Exactly. Out of respect, I was thinking about that when Mark called me and told me of being cited for that word that he used to start with FR, freedom, and it's kind of odd, But when I was thinking about it, and I was saying, well, like we intend to respect YouTube's guidelines because when you're at someone's house, I mean, this is their platform, and so we intend to do that, and sometime in our zeal and to present truth, sometimes yes, things seep out of us, And so that when Mark was telling me, I was thinking, I was kind of going between two thoughts, and I was like, okay, should we be worried or should we wear this as a badge? And I take it as a badge too because it's letting at least we getting our voice out there. The Inalienable Right guys are being heard. And even if secrecy and privacy, if they got to scrutinize us, they can tell, at least speaking for myself, we ain't the greatest study of history or historians or nothing like that, but we are just God fearing, American loving individuals. And yes, and we saw it a different way. And there's other platforms springing up forward and coming forward out of the censorship that's being just thrust upon in ways that just unimaginable. So yes,
I find it funny too that you know you can find articles out there from major publications that are talking about things that are going on right now in the court system for things that happened, and it's like it's out there. This thing that we got in trouble for. You're hearing about it. You can find articles about it, and I'm sure if you're one of these mainstream platforms, you can get away with saying whatever. But since we're the small guys,
yeah,
we'll live with it, and we'll put our stuff out in other places, so we just can get our message out. So
exactly. And it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out that that what side the team, what team
the
you
big
playing
tech
for.
guys,
The big tech, yeah.
what side they're on.
Oh, it's obvious. Again, because one thing we're not profanity laced and mean spirited or nothing like that. But I guess just a little dab of truth hurts, and so again, we'll take that badge. I mean, this is we're fairly new at what we're doing now, and broadcasting the Inalienable Right guys, and trying to show forward the unity and the consistency of American loving individuals. And I mean, when you censor us for loving America, I ain't got nowhere else to go. you know, So yes, we take it as, like I said, I was going between two thoughts, and I landed on the thought of we wearing it as a badge, and we're gonna try to. I see some of my other conservative brothers out there that like BCP. I mean, he is changing his whole lexicon and his whole verbiage.
Yeah, exactly.
And I saw what Mark. Mark is a little more astute at that than I am. I'm working on it. I'm still a little countrified, but
I am too. Don't get me wrong.
but the right guys again, yeah, we've been flagged, and it's one. When we began to do this, we looked at some videos of some guidelines and everything, so we knew that there was rules and regulations that we had to abide by.
Yeah, yeah. But one thing about it, we're having fun with this. We enjoy it. It had been a lot of things going on in our lives, especially some other things we need to talk about. The whole frozen Texas. That was another adventure. We just got through with,
Right.
and so yeah. So there's been a lot of stuff going on. So we hadn't really had a chance to get together and do some videos. But when we do, we have a blast with this. It is a lot of fun.
It is.
Just like I said, we may not be the best. We may not be the technology savvy type of guys, but
We sincere.
this is simple. We're sincere. This is simple, and we're having a good time. So we appreciate everybody watching. We hope that we hope that we continue gaining subscribers and all that. But yeah, we're having fun and trying to just put our message out.
Exactly. In the heat of when all this impeachment stuff was going on, we was simply just hyping it up a little bit, but no intentions on trying to defeat the system or nothing like that. So we get it, and so that's a badge, and if things that we can do to upgrade our vocabulary on these things, it's going to be hard to please the left. I'm
Yeah,
going to later cost them, and that ain't our intention anyway, because we didn't able to write
well,
that.
and
You know,
I don't like using euphemisms, really.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
to be,
straightforward.
straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
Friend of mine's speaking of George Carlin. I love George Carlin. I got on a George Carlin kick because a friend of mine sent me a video the other day of George Carlin. And he was talking about how we use language. I don't know if ever anybody's ever seen the part where he talks about uh, what we now call the post traumatic stress disorder or whatever. But back when they first diagnosed that or whatever, back in like World War I, it was shell shock. It was a hard word. Just he talks about all that and how they softened it over the years. Now it's post traumatic stress disorder. How they do these things. They create these euphemisms and stuff, and how we use language and how uh, you can see how the left takes language and twists it and all this stuff. So yeah, I guess we're going to have to come up with some euphemisms
Yeah,
of our own. We'll,
yeah,
we'll make that. We'll make up some stuff. You know.
exactly,
So
exactly. I guess the tightrope we walk, thin line, if you will, is that we want to tell the truth.
yeah,
That when you use the euphemisms and you're trying
yeah,
to be commonsensical and you want to tell the truth, so you have to stay close to the truth as possible. But then you have to walk that tightrope, you know, and
yeah,
parse your words and the likes, which
yeah.
is but I don't want to get away from the truth. That's what I guess
Right,
my struggle is.
right.
It is
I'm
what
gonna
it
tell it
is.
like it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. You know. So we dubbed this one a badge of
Yeah,
honor because
bad
it's an
fun.
experience. Put another feather in our hat because it's an experience. And when you call me, again, I was for real. I'm like, huh? You know, but that it is what it is. This is a badge of honor, and we're gonna try to, like Mark said, use different euphemisms and verbiage, watch our verbiage, and but we can't stray from the truth. I mean, you see that flag behind us, I mean, this is America,
Right.
beautiful.
Speech should be free.
Yes, that's what they told me.
Exactly. It should be free. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.